Welcome back to the CryptoWorld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the Bitcoin price is potentially playing out this bearish pattern while we're seeing the stock markets play out this bullish divergence, which is obviously leading into more bullish price action. So why aren't we seeing more bullish price action for Bitcoin if the Bitcoin price and the stock market are meant to be correlated? And so later in this video, I'll be talking more about that, comparing the Nasdaq 100 index to the Bitcoin price. This will be an important one to watch all the way to the end. Definitely stick around. Just starting off on the daily Bitcoin chart, and you can see right here that this bullish divergence is potentially in danger because we're seeing a small break to the downside in the daily RSI. So obviously this is not a good sign for Bitcoin, but this does not necessarily mean we're going to see a massive crash very soon, because when you zoom out to the 2-day Bitcoin chart, this bullish divergence is still intact. And the last significant bullish divergence that we saw on the 2-day Bitcoin chart was back during the middle of last year. And speaking of that time period, what is very interesting is if you zoom into that time period on the 1-day time frame, we began forming a bullish divergence right after that crash that we formed during May. And then roughly around halfway through this massive consolidation range where we saw the Bitcoin price not really go that much lower, we ended up seeing this bullish divergence on the daily time frame get invalidated because the daily RSI broke to the downside. But even though this daily bullish divergence broke during the middle of last year, we did not see another significant crash to the downside. We basically just revisited the previous lows that we set over the past 1 to 2 months. But once again, if you zoom back out to the 2-day time frame, during that entire time period in the middle of last year, we retained that bullish divergence on this time frame. So right now, we could potentially be in a time in the market like what we were in during the middle of last year. And that will be important to remember later in the video when I talk about the stock market. So keep that in mind. And now zooming into the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, and at the time of recording this video, the Bitcoin price is struggling to maintain above this line of support, which is sitting at around 28,500, and this line of resistance is sitting at around 30.7k. And this support level at around 28,500 once again is not just important because that's been the support of this price range so far. It's also important because that is the line of support for this descending triangle pattern, which is technically a bearish pattern, and this is also on the 4-hour time frame. And obviously, if you've been keeping up with my recent Bitcoin update videos over the past few days, I've been talking about this pattern right here and how it is technically more of a bearish pattern than a bullish pattern, because the entire structure of a descending triangle pattern relies on lower highs and horizontal lows showing an increased selling pressure and a stagnant buying pressure, which will eventually give way if the selling pressure continues to increase. And so if we see a confirmed break below around 28,500, then technically speaking, we do have a price target down towards 25 to 26,000. And to confirm the break to the downside, ideally, I would like to see a daily candle close, which is in around 4 hours from now at the time of recording this video. Otherwise, if we break back above 28,500 and hold above that level, then essentially this is not a breakout and instead just a fake out like this wick to the downside the other day. But once again, even if we do confirm this break to the downside and revisit those previous lows, that would put us in a very similar situation to what we saw in the middle of last year. Once again, how we revisited the original lows around 2 other times before then we bottomed out. And if you zoom out to the weekly Bitcoin chart, right now the weekly Bitcoin RSI is almost entering into oversold territories, which has only ever happened just 2 other times in Bitcoin's entire price history, which was at the end of the 2014 bear market and the end of the 2018 bear market. And by looking at the 1000-day simple moving average, which is the green line, and the 200-week simple moving average, which is the red line, both of those previous times where we saw the weekly Bitcoin RSI enter into oversold territories, we also saw the price of Bitcoin enter in between these 2 moving averages where we saw the bottom for the bear market, both of those previous bear markets. And even during the massive crash that we saw during early 2020, we bottomed out in between these 2 moving averages approximately, even though the weekly Bitcoin RSI didn't quite make it down towards oversold territories, which means if we do, that is a very rare opportunity that does not happen very often. And if you're looking at the present day price action and the present day RSI, obviously this is lining up really well to what we have seen multiple times in the past where we've gotten pretty close to some sort of Bitcoin bottom. Now, obviously it is important to mention that nothing is 100% guaranteed, but keep in mind, if we see the same cycle play out over and over again, we're technically likely to play out something similar at the very least. And now looking at the US stock market today, this right here is the Nasdaq 100 index on the 4-hour time frame, and obviously this bullish divergence that I've been talking about for pretty much the last 1 week is playing out really well. But what I mentioned in yesterday's Bitcoin update video was this previous bullish divergence that we saw back here during the end of April, early May, because after the Nasdaq 100 index on the 4-hour chart formed that bullish divergence, we did see some bullish price action in the shorter term, but eventually we found resistance at these previous highs. So just keep that in mind. There is still risk involved here. We hasn't necessarily confirmed a full-on bullish reversal, but something that is looking really good this time round that we did not see back in this previous bullish divergence is what is on the weekly time frame for the Nasdaq 100 index, which is simply the fact that the weekly RSI just last week closed in oversold territories for the first time since the bottom of the March 2020 crash, which was a very rare opportunity in the market. And if you're looking at the next weekly candle that came straight after we saw the weekly RSI brush against oversold territories back in March 2020, that following weekly candle was a green weekly candle after we entered oversold territories once again, which is very similar to what we are seeing right now. Obviously, with last week's weekly candle close, we confirmed the RSI into oversold territories. And now we're playing out a nice green weekly candle, just like what we saw at the bottom of the March 2020 crash. So you're probably wondering, if the stock market is playing out a bunch of bullish price action this week, why haven't we seen a lot of bullish price action for crypto and Bitcoin specifically? And to answer that, we simply need to compare what Bitcoin is doing to the stock market. And a lot of the time, you can see right here that Bitcoin is heavily correlated to what the stock market is doing. But obviously, it is not a perfect correlation. We do not have a one-to-one correlation. There are still some differences here. And like I said earlier in the video, with the daily Bitcoin bullish divergence failing and the 2-day Bitcoin bullish divergence holding up, that potentially puts Bitcoin in a somewhat similar situation to what we saw in the middle of last year. And if you're actually looking at what happened during the middle of last year, first of all, the orange line is the Bitcoin price against the US dollar, and the candlesticks is the Nasdaq 100 index on the daily time frame. And during the middle of last year, May, June, and July last year, after we saw that significant crash in the Bitcoin price, we basically saw a lot of choppy price action. It was mostly sideways price action with a slight downtrend, but overall, we didn't really go that much lower if you're looking at the bottom of the candle wicks. And during that time in the market, when the price of Bitcoin was yet to bottom out and start a bullish reversal, the stock market, or I should say the Nasdaq 100 index at least, began a bullish reversal back in May. Basically at the bottom of that initial crash in the Bitcoin price, that was when the stock market bottomed out and began its bullish reversal straight away, while we still had another couple months or so worth of sideways or slightly bearish price action for Bitcoin, and then we played out a bullish reversal later on. And there's also some instances where we see Bitcoin actually bottom out before the stock market. For example, in the September correction last year, we saw both the Nasdaq 100 index and the price of Bitcoin enter into a correction, obviously very well correlated, but the price of Bitcoin started bottoming out towards the second half of September, and by October, we were already in a bullish reversal. But the stock market, on the other hand, bottomed out during early October and began its bullish reversal during around the middle of October leading into November. So overall, the Bitcoin price and the stock market on these large moves in the market are very correlated a lot of the time, but not a perfect correlation. So once again, from time to time, we might see a bottom in the stock market before Bitcoin or vice versa, which is potentially another reason to believe why we could be in a similar situation in the market right now to what we saw in the middle of last year, just based on these charts alone. And definitely make sure to check out one of these videos popping up right here on your screen if you want to know how to make more money in crypto, even if prices are going down. But anyway, that is it for this update. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.